Hi, I'm Nicole Smith, and welcome to Verity Inc., where I use my life experiences to help you find the words for your own. I thought a good first video, as far as actual content goes, would be discussing the ways that we argue. I think every time that we get into an argument, there's actually 4 different conversations that are going on, and I think if we focused on just one of those 4 at a time, we might get further along. So, a lot of the times what we do is we say something like, you made me feel, and that's why I did. And then the other person fires back, well, that's only because I felt, however, angry, sad, mad, worthless. And so I did. And it becomes this never ending cycle of my feelings, my actions, your feelings, your actions. Those are 4 separate conversations. I can think of a conversation that I had with somebody where I was trying to talk about a very specific instance that they'd been disrespecting me. And the only thing I got back was, yeah, well, you disrespect me as well. And I said, no, we're not talking about that right now. Right now, we're just talking about the ways that you disrespected me. Now, if you're dealing with somebody toxic, they don't have any interest in that conversation. They don't want to take ownership. They're just there to level the playing field. You can get stuck in a stupid cycle where all you're going to do is say, you don't respect me. Yeah, well, you don't respect me. And it's a complete waste of time. Both people end up defensive. There's no point in going down that rabbit hole. Let's just pick one of those quadrants at a time. What did you do? How are you feeling? What did I do? How am I feeling? Stay on task. I think the person who brought up the problem initially gets to address that a problem. So if I have an issue with how you're disrespecting me in this moment, let's just talk about that. And not even about my feelings in that situation. It doesn't matter how I felt. Either you did something right or you didn't. You did something wrong or you didn't. And this is just where basic human decency and integrity come in. If you disrespected me, you can either take ownership for it, or you can get defensive and make excuses and talk about how you felt, but that's not going to get anywhere. If you're not getting anywhere with somebody when you're trying to address these different issues, then it's time to reevaluate the relationship in general. You might be running into somebody who cannot take accountability whatsoever. I think it's really important to recognize that somebody else can make us feel, but they can't make us do. I spent a lot of years with this victim mentality where Mark was the reason I drank. He'd make me feel worthless, useless, stupid. And then I would drink half case Tall Boys for it. And it was his fault, because if he hadn't made me feel that way, I wouldn't have done what I did. That's not right. That is not accurate at all. What I do with my feelings is something I have to take ownership for. What you choose to do with your feelings is something you have to take ownership for. I can apologize for how I made you feel, but you have to take accountability for what you did. So we move through those quadrants. What did you do? Then we can talk about why you did it. After you've apologized, after you've accepted some responsibility for it, then you can say the only reason that I showed you this disrespect was because I feel, and then it's my turn to explain my own actions. And then it's my turn to explain my feelings. Move through all of those as 4 separate issues. I hope that was helpful. I know it's worked in my life. A lot of the times it's just narrowed down who I can and can't talk to. You'll spot very quickly somebody who will never take ownership unless they've had a serious heart change if you ask them to stay accountable for their actions. Thank you for being here. Much love to you.